Hey guys, today we're going to go through the process and how to shrink wrap a boat. So this boat is all winterized for the winter, but we're going to be storing it outside, so I'm going to show you how to shrink wrap it yourself. The guys that do this for a living, I think they charge roughly about 10 bucks a foot for a boat. This is about an 18-foot boat, so that'd be like $180. For about the same amount of money, I'm going to show you, you can buy the materials, do it yourself. For the same amount of money, you can buy the materials, and I think you can probably do it for about 30 bucks a year or something like that. But it's really not that difficult. Probably takes about maybe an hour and a half or so until you get used to it. But first, let's go over and let me show you the materials that we need. All right, so here's the back of my truck. So first of all, you got to make a couple stands. So just take a couple pieces of plywood, screw them onto the bottom of a 2x4, and then this is a post that the plastic or the shrink wrap will go over it. So that's what they look like. We'll mount these in the boat. Put 4 eye bolts on each side of these. So you need 2 of those typically. You're going to need some shrink wrapping. This is a roll, I think it's about, I want to say it's about 200 feet. Some shrink wrap bonding material. These are buckles, so when you tie these, you use the buckles, which are here. And then there's another thing, these are vents. So when you, one thing you want to do is when you shrink wrap your boat, you want to put some vents in it. Otherwise, what happens is you'll get condensation in there, you'll get some moisture in there, and then you might have some mold. So you want to vent it properly, put a couple vents on it, and that'll take care of the problem. So, all right, let's get started. Okay, the next step is step 2 is to tie a band using the banding material all the way around the boat. We'll show you how we're going to do that. This is what the material looks like. So I'm going to use these hooks, these ski hooks on the back there. Then on the sides, you tie a strap in the same location. Here's another one. And then in the front, we'll go through here. I already started this. I started it in the back. So I got it through the ski loop in the back. And they just come through these loops here. Alright, so I got the band all the way around. I started here. There's 2 ways to do this. I just tie it onto here. You want to try to get it as tight as you can. Going through our loops. Right here we get to the back. Go through our other loop. Down underneath the motor, because we're going to strap the shrink wrap underneath there, and then back up to here. Next step will be to tie the straps like this from this band down to the trailer. You want to make sure that this stays tight, so once you shrink it, it'll try to pull up, so you need to tie it down to the trailer. Okay, finishing up step 2, you can see that we have the band around the boat. Now it's tied down to the trailer in all the same spots that we hooked it into above. So once the shrink wrap is on, it'll try to pull this. So you need to have it tied onto the trailer or it won't tighten up. Okay, so up next, step 3 will be to get the structure in the middle of the boat, above the boat, that the shrink wrap will lay on. Okay, step 3, we need to have the structure in the boat. So as you can see here, we have these 2 posts. Again, it's just a 2x4. It's got a little piece of plywood on the bottom. This is another thing I forgot to mention that you can buy from the shrink wrap manufacturer. When the shrink wrap pulls down on it, it'll help tighten it up, and it won't put a hole in it. And then you just use eye hooks here. So there's two of them, one in the front of the boat, one in the back. You know, if you had this is a Boston Whaler, if you had a windshield, it would just be a little higher. But you basically put 4 eye bolts and then you attach them to the side of the boat. I got them attached to the back, attach the 2 rails together, and then we're all set to go. So, show you what that looks like. So basically it's all tied in, and then you have basically a structure that the shrink wrap will lay on. Okay, we're all set with the banding here. We'll just take one last look. We'll show you what it looks like. Here's the boat. So again, we have this center band all the way around. The band is tied to the trailer at the bottom. It's tied to the top to hold it in place there. And we have the structure above. It's tied to each of the corners. So those are the 4 eye bolts that we used and tied it down to each corner. So we're ready to put the shrink wrap on. Basically all we did was we grabbed a pipe, put it through, and we mounted it back here, and then we'll pull it, one guy on either side. Okay, now we're gonna pull the shrink wrap over.
Remember, I get 10%.
10%. Firing bowl.
Remember that.
Got to check the back end.
What's that?
You check the back, I'll check the front. How's it doing?
I'm good.
Okay, now what we have to do is we have to take the, we have to do some trimming. So we'll take this, the wrap, and it'll go underneath here like this. And then what we'll do is we'll heat it up, and then we'll fold it back on itself, and it melts and makes a seal. All right, want to get yourself a good pair of work gloves, because you don't want to burn your hands. Then you'll need a propane tank, and this you can get at Harbor Freight for about 30 bucks. And now what we're going to do is, so we have the shrink wrap underneath the band. We've tucked it under. I'm going to heat it up here and here, and then I'm going to fold it, and I'll kind of clamp it together. And we'll seal it, and that basically melts it together. Okay, you ready? Don't want to overheat it like I just did right there. Okay, we got a little bit of the seal done on this side. As you can see, I got a little too hot right there, but I can fix that later. So basically we're just trying to seal this. This all looks pretty good right here. So we stopped about right here, and then we wanted to pull it tight on this side. So what we did is we trimmed it about 6 inches. And we just started sealing over here. This all looks really good. And we got that down, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat it right here, and then we'll just keep folding it up, and then you tap it together to seal it. Yeah. Start again. There she goes. Okay, you ready? So we're gonna heat on both sides here, and then we'll tap it together. Okay, right?
That thing ain't aimed very good at us.
It's got a wide lens. Don't worry about it. And then line up. Every time I get on video, I'll do a good one. Okay? Yep. Hit the spot again. Right? Right up there. Okay, so we have this sealed up all the way around. Basically the front side of the boat. It's a little tricky up here in the front. So you kind of cut a notch out of it, and then we folded it over and sealed it up right here. So that's all looking pretty good. Got this all sealed up here. When we come to the back, basically what you want to do, again, just like the other sides, you want to basically give yourself about 6 inches, and then you can have one guy heat it up, and then you basically kind of clamp it together with your hands, and we'll get that sealed up. Okay. Yeah, just hit the front of it. Ready? What's that?
You're gonna burn it. Let's do it up there.
I was going to hit it right here, wherever you got your hand.
Okay, I got my hand
Right there. Okay, ready?
Yep. You hit it too low. Hit it up here.
Okay, we got the band all secured all the way around, even in the back. Let's go take a look real quick. So, as you see, you basically want that nice band all the way around. This is a little trickier back here. You have to kind of hold your hand behind it. Got it all tight. Basically, you're just trying to make sure that that band under there is, your shrink wrap is attached to it. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna shrink wrap it. So when you do this, you want to just put a little bit of heat on it at a time, and you'll watch it tighten up. So let's get started. You can see this right here, it gets nice and tight But you just want to keep putting a little bit of heat on it at a time. Okay, I got it all shrink wrapped. You can see that it's nice and tight. You can see it's nice and smooth here, so that's what you want to see. The only thing left I'm going to do is I'm going to put some vents on. Let's see, try to show you these vents. Basically, it just sticks on. Hard to do this while filming. But basically, you just cut a hole in it. It's got a sticky back on it. Stick it on, and then this clips into place. Again, you're just trying to get some ventilation. You don't want more moisture to build up in there because then you'll get some mold. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was helpful. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Thanks.